Winter breathes like a slow animal, and every exhale covers what the living have not yet buried. The machines sound tired, dragging the heavy dream of victory through a season that does not care. Each step crunches like a question. How far can faith walk when warmth is a memory? Ink and longing freeze together, waiting for a spring that may never arrive. The ruins look peaceful from above, but peace is just silence practiced too long. Words break into crystals, even language succumbs to the cold. Ice moans beneath them like the voice of the dead, refusing to let them pass. The earth tries to hide what war forgets, one flake at a time. Directions mean nothing when the world itself has gone blind. Fire and snow wrestle for the horizon, each claiming to be the brighter truth. He blinks, and for an instant his eyes hold the stars captive. They drag him, as if pulling the last warm heartbeat out of winter's hands. The land does not echo death anymore. It simply absorbs it, soundless. Warmth arrives trembling, a ghost pretending to be mercy. Life fights the temperature in silence, its color the only defiance left. They stare at flames like men worshipping an exhausted god. Smoke moves from one soul to another, proof that breath still exists. The storm takes men as gently as sleep, without warning, without anger. His last syllable lingers in static, like a candle whispering to itself. Time to surrenders. Clocks prefer the stillness of ice to the motion of loss. The living pause, watching purity step lightly across ruin. Leadership feels like pretending the road ahead still exists beneath the drifts. Faith, here, is measured by how long you can keep your hands from shaking. The dead sleep in clarity. The living blur above them, tired and warm-breathed. Memory sings when language fails, holding the heart together like thin thread. The flame is so small, yet every soul turns to it as if salvation wore fire. Light returns shyly, afraid of what it will reveal beneath the snow. Warmth leaves quietly, painting its departure with unbearable beauty. Every inch forward feels like dragging history uphill. They march between ghosts of metal, each one carrying a prayer disguised as a weapon. Hunger teaches patience better than any commander. Mercy here has no tools, only human breath, stubborn against the void. Nature observes without judgment, waiting for silence to feed again. Love endures, even frost, though memory shivers to hold it. A drink for the gone, a burn for the living. Both sting the same. They look carved from marble, soldiers half statue. Even weapons seek peace when the world grows this cold. The road home hides itself. Perhaps mercy is forgetting the way back. Strategy freezes. Instinct becomes the only compass left. The earth hums faintly beneath, alive still, patient beneath our madness. Heaven decorates the ruins, mistaking endurance for beauty. Even sorrow slows here, caught between air and eternity. Love survives as action, not speech, quieter and stronger than orders. Fire joins the aurora. For a moment, even destruction looks divine. The words drift upward and freeze half command, half prayer. We feed the machine because silence feels heavier. Hope burrows low, waiting for a thaw that may never come. He watches it dance and imagines warmth strong enough to reach home. The horizon folds around them like a grave closing softly. Prayer rises unheard and turns into mist over the ice. The world melts drop by drop, rehearsing how to forgive us. They move like ghosts, carrying fire in their arms, refusing extinction. History erases itself kindly, hiding the trembling of hands. He gives the dead one last story, so the wind won't tell it wrong. The war pauses to breathe, not from peace, but from exhaustion. Hope hides in warmth, tiny and defiant, refusing to freeze. Joy arrives, cracked but real, thawing the edges of despair for a heartbeat. Even carrion waits politely here. Hunger yields to cold. Names march into eternity, neat and endless. The landscape forgets direction, and so do we. He plucks one note, thin as breath, and the air remembers being human. The glow circles faces, each haloed by exhaustion. Weapons sleep beneath the same white sheet as those they served. Nature paints quietly over man's noise, frame by frame. His breath writes messages behind him that no one will read. Stillness becomes sacred when nothing dares disturb it. Care continues past heartbeat. Love knows no ceasefire. For once, they forget war, remembering only that beauty still breathes. Words scratch shallow trenches in paper, holding his soul together. Warmth and sorrow become indistinguishable, both proof of life. Their shadows look enormous, as if humanity were trying to fill the sky again. The circle of gold outlasts every flag, every order, every winter. Compassion learns to work one-handed, steady despite the tremor. Light forgives without asking permission. The world softens for a breath. Life insists on returning, delicate and unaware of uniform or grief. The war rusts into silence, returning metal to the patience of Earth. To mark existence is to whisper to history, I was here, I mattered. Messages endure where voices cannot. Paper remembers when mouths freeze. Morning arrives quiet and unspectacular, which is another kind of grace. He wonders if victory feels like this, slow, silent, indistinguishable from loss. Each drop counts time back into motion, heartbeat by heartbeat. Respect for the dead smells of iron and breath. It fills the cold air gently. Water moves again, and laughter sounds almost like forgiveness. The earth exhales its secrets, one by one, without judgment. Even the birds know the season has turned the page. The living carry the weight of the missing quietly, step by step. Beauty blooms, not in spite of ruin, but because of it. Peace arrives soundless, humble, and without announcement. They do not cheer, they simply breathe, and that is enough. Names move again, catching light, remembered in motion. The metal gleams like repentance, shining for no one in particular. He tastes water and realizes it's the first thing in months that isn't salt or sorrow. Even broken faces can remember softness when the world permits it. The land exhales. The long winter begins to forget. Grief turns to ritual, ritual to peace, peace to silence. Flesh and light reconcile, like enemies shaking hands. The war loosens its grip one step at a time, and each footprint feels like a fragile signature of return. He memorizes the quiet, so he can explain it to those who ask what victory sounds like.